Freddo's, the national unit, what we use to describe inflation in this country.
Jen.
Yes.
Did you grow up with a father?
I did actually. What is that?
That's crisps on your face.
Wow, yeah, we were just snacking. Yeah, I did. His name is Graham, which I think is a very white name, because I grew up with white parents. Everyone's dad is called, like, Chris, Greg, Dan, Dave, Chris, Greg, Dan, Dave, Chris, Greg, Dan, Dave. Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see any, like, baby Gregs anymore.
Yeah, who has a child, like, just come out and be like, you know what? You will be Graham. You will be a Greg.
Yeah, because there's some, like, names like Edward, you can shorten it to, like, Teddy as a child, which I think is quite cute. And, like, Jack, I feel, would be an alright name for a baby. But here's my baby. His name's Dave.
I call him Didi.
Didi. Oh, Didi's quite cute. But...
It's just, there's so many names. Like, imagine your child being born and you just be like, hello, Hilda.
You spend 9 months incubating this child just to pop out and call it the most unoriginal name you've ever heard.
Well, don't start calling them, like, numbers and dashes and stuff like some people. I'm not calling anyone out, but you know who you are.
I'm gonna fucking call about fucking Elon Musk. What is that? I mean, who... I have no words. Whatever. That child is still gonna be richer than us, so...
I know, true.
Even if a weird AX minus fucking dot dash 001 fucking pi.
000.
I'm aghast by the whole naming convention. Yeah, no, my father didn't leave me for some milk or whatever.
Great. Have you ever served your diverse friend group watermelon and fried chicken at all?
Do you mean, have I ever given my black boyfriend fried chicken and watermelon without realising what kind of stereotypes you were going for? Is that the kind of question you're trying to ask me, Hella?
No, not me thinking it was delicious as fuck, making it.
No,
and him just looking at me like, do you know what you're doing? And I was like, you don't want it? It's fine, I'll have it myself. And he's like, are you, like, doing this on purpose?
If someone gave me fried chicken and watermelon, I would be blessed. That would be great.
he went to his friends after, was like, you have no idea what she's done. She's just cooking fried chicken.
She discriminated against me, but it was fucking delicious. The stereotypes were stereotyping and you didn't even realise. It reminds me of the scene from The Heat with Melissa McCarthy where she throws a watermelon at a black guy and he was just like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this racial discrimination?
He's like, you like it, don't know?
He was like, well, he wasn't letting go of it after he got hit by it.
Oh my god. But in terms of being white, did you ever talk back to your parents?
I don't think so. I mean, my parents would be better to ask this. I was an alright child. My sister, on the other hand...
Oh yeah, she's the trouble kid.
Yeah, she talked back. Yeah.
I can see that.
I
remember that, actually.
Yeah! I was the eldest firstborn, so I was technically...
You still are?
I am. Basically, you know, as the eldest daughter, you become a third parent in some respects.
That's reliable.
Yeah. Well, shout out for all the eldest daughters out there.
Me?
We see you. We understand.
Even if the siblings no longer think that you were helping, you were there when they were too young to notice.
Exactly.
So...
My sister, when we went on holiday to the beach, she would have been drifting halfway to France if I didn't go and swim after her.
Maybe that was a smarter idea and you just didn't take
just
it.
let her float on that little dinghy.
She would have a really cool French accent right now. She'd be all... oui, oui, oui. All the French would be really rude at us right now.
Yeah. They're coming for you, not me.
That was Jen.
No! I love a croissant, please, no.
Croissant.
Oh no, my croissant.
Well, I assume if you were a good kid, did you ever get an allowance?
I was allowed to live here rent-free. I did not get given a weekly allowance.
Oh.
No.
Interesting.
I was allowed to stay in a room without sharing, which was nice. And I got fed, although when I got to a certain age, I was cooking for myself and all that jazz. And if I did really want something, and, I'd be doing... when it's like, you go out and start washing your dad's car, and you
and
just...
they're like, what do you want?
He's like, here you go, here's a $5. Because back then, a $5, you could get so many sweets from the Tuck
I
Shop.
know! Froggos, or whatever they're called.
Froggos!
Freddos!
You mean
Freddos!
Freddos, the national unit, what we use to describe inflation in this country.
Going from like 20p, no, they were like 10p, no?
Yeah, well, I feel like they were like 5p, then 10p, then 15p.
They're like a pound something,
They
now.
are like a pound, and with a club card, you might get them down to like 80p, but it's still...
80p!
It's still a lot, isn't it?
That's ridiculous.
For a froggo.
That would have been 16 Freddos. Freddos.
Yeah. I remember as well at the premiere, they had the chocolate bars, just like their own like Happy Shopper ones, and they used to be like 30p, next year 40, 45, 50, 60. They're probably like a pound now.
I have no faith inflation, really.
No.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're all suckers from it.
Capitalism.
I did get an allowance when I was younger. We were given, I think it was a monthly allowance of like £5 or something.
Yeah.
It was not really coming to our hands. Our parents would put it into our bank. The hard point was kind of, if you need to use it, you can. You will have to think of if you want to get anything. But it was mainly there to kind of collect and for you to use in the future for something bigger. If you want to get it, like, if you want to put it towards your uni, or if you want to put it towards having a car or something like that.
Yeah, that's sensible.
So we did have it, and I did use it to get... So what we used to do is me and Jen would be walking back from school, and then we went through the Tesco, and I just got myself a loaf of this, like, cheese bread. And I would eat that for a few days. I would keep it in my cupboard and not tell anyone. It was so freaking good.
Yes.
Oh, I'm not even gonna...
Love the cheesy bread. It is elite.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
We're back on the subject of food somehow.
Everything comes back to food.
So you already said you helped around the house. Was it kind of like you had chores, or...?
Not really. They didn't implement like a chart or anything. It was just kind of like an unspoken thing. And as like as I got older and my parents got older, I would take on more roles because they'd have like bad knees and that. So I'd be there.
Oh God, you're so nice. I would I don't want to clean today.
Yeah.
I'm on holiday.
When there's people coming round, like for this party, I cleaned every inch of this fucking house to the best of my abilities. Because it is quite an old house. We've got cracks in the walls, we're missing a banister. It's not the best. It could be better. But I've cleaned
it's
it.
Your home.
Exactly. It has
as long as it doesn't fall down, it doesn't kill anyone, it's all good.
Yeah, it's a very homely house, I feel. Like, people can come in, like, you can throw your shit around, no one gives a shit.
I did that when I came on Friday. I did do chores. We would kind of had, like, a... Not really an unwritten rule. Ours was just like, Hella, do the dishes!
Yeah, you got told.
Yeah, we got told, because we didn't want to do it, and it was mainly, like, when you're upstairs, you're doing your homework, and then your parents are yelling from downstairs when they're in front of the TV, right next to the things that need to be done. They're like, give food to the dog. And I'm like, you're there. You can do it.
It's going to be quicker for you to do it than for me to come downstairs.
But I think what they were thinking is the more children we make, the more chores we can give them. So it was kind of like a very smart thinking. Like, this is why people have more than one kid. So when the one starts to fight back, you still have the other two to kind of fall back on.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it was like for, like, farming communities. You have all these kids and you've got a free workforce there. You maybe have, like, 8, 10 of them. Like, my granddad, I think he was a child of 8 or 9.
Oh my God.
I think he might have been the 9th one.
That poor woman. Jesus Christ.
But that just used to be the norm.
After you do like 5, does it just not feel anything?
They just pop out.
It's just loose enough. It never like goes back to normal.
No, well, that's what they say.
Jesus Christ.
I don't really want to find out. I mean, currently, I really don't want kids, so.
Yeah, not yet.
Think about it in the future, maybe.
And one very, very important question before we finish. Have you ever been asked, so where are you really from?
Yes. It's where are you from? And then no, where are you really from?
Yeah, like, not just a topic of, so I'm from this part of UK.
Because
It's like so where are you from?
yeah. Like, because no one said that to me personally, but if they did, I'd be like, where are you from? Gloucester. Where are you really from? Well, like, my ancestors probably came from fucking Finland and Germany, like the Vikings, you know?
No, because the funniest thing is when I'm just talking, I've spoken to people for like weeks, months, and at one point, like, this happens to the amount of people that this has happened to with, no one knows anything for a very long period of time. And then suddenly, they just look at me and they go, so where are you from? So you know that I've said something that has my accent come out. So they are now pinpointing that I am foreign.
Yes.
And then I have to be like, oh, I'm foreign. Like, and then I tell them where I'm from. It's just, like...
Yeah.
But that moment always hits me like, oh, so what word did I mispronounce? I always look at them and go like, oh, what did I say that gave it off?
Yeah.
And then I try to fix that.
You definitely have a accent that isn't British. So
We can change that right now. Sorry.
I'm not sure what part of the country that was supposed to be.
That was just meant to be like ultimate British.
Generic British
Generic,
accent.
every region ever.
Yeah. I really want to hear you do a Brummie accent.
I don't even know how to do that.
We'll start you on Peaky Blinders, and then maybe you'll get to the accent.
Yeah, I feel like we need to do like an episode on just trying to pronounce different accents.
Yes. And another thing is what people call bread rolls. That is a big debate over here, and what you call lunch and dinner as well. So we'll do that in another episode.
Great. Tune in then.